Hello everyone, in today's video I am going to be talking about the unspoken truth about smaller YouTubers. First off, I'd like to say that this drawing that you see right now has nothing to do with the topic, it's just going to be in the background. I am drawing Elixia, who is from Twitter and also YouTube as well, but I decided to draw her because she's super duper nice, and I'm not close friends with her, but I'm like acquaintances, I guess, per se, but actually she is a smaller YouTuber herself, and so I will put her links down in the description because she deserves it, and yeah, so that will be in the description if you are interested. Also, yes, I'm just going to be coloring it because I feel like line art's boring to watch, so sorry about that if you like watching people do line art, but I just decided not to record it. But yeah, anyway, one final note is from now on I'm not going to be talking about the drawing itself and just more focused on the topic. So as I get into this, I'm going to kind of talk about my experience and kind of what I've noticed about smaller YouTubers and what they have to deal with and what they kind of go through. So for some information, if you don't already know, this is actually a second channel that I have created. My original channel that I still am doing actually is a gaming channel, so I've been a part of the gaming community for about 3 years now. Yeah, that's a long time. But yeah, I've been a part of that community, and so I'm going to be talking more about the gaming community, but some of these points will cross over into other communities because they're similar, like it's all YouTube. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm coming from. So my first point is smaller YouTubers have to work harder. What I mean by that is in order for them to be recognized or for people to discover them, they have to put in a lot more work. And they have to put work into their filming, their editing, figuring out how they like to do things. And I know this kind of sounds like starting a channel and like getting set up, but sometimes when you're stuck as a smaller creator, you have to really look back on how you present yourself and how you make your content and how people, or what people like and what people don't like. They really have to reflect. And I mean, everyone should do this. Everyone should look back and really see what they have to do. But I feel like it's a struggle for smaller YouTubers because they don't have that support to really tell them or guide them to more success, I guess. They just really don't have that extra support, and so they have to put in more work, and also to make their videos interesting and to get noticed, they have to also, focus on that and work hard and make sure the content they're putting out is really interesting. So an example would be not uploading some kind of raw footage with like minor editing, I guess. They have to really, really go for it and figure out what they want to do. I don't know. Bad example, but you know what I mean. It's also harder for smaller YouTubers to make friends, and especially when you're starting a channel, that's just hard in general. But when you're smaller, people kind of overlook you a little. When you're a smaller channel, people tend to overlook you because they feel that they're not gonna benefit from you, which is really sad. So making friends can be a lot harder, but that makes them a lot more grateful. I find people with a smaller subscriber count or community tend to be a lot more grateful than those who do have a larger following because they're more grateful for what they have. They don't have this giant community that just like supports them all the time, so they're grateful for those that actually do. It's kind of hard because if you want to have some kind of community, you just need someone to be friends with you and help you grow, and that usually helps too when both of you are trying to help each other. But yeah, especially bigger YouTubers, they tend to not be friends or close friends at least with smaller YouTubers just because they kind of overlook them, which is really sad, but it's true. It really is. My second point is they get a lot of fake support. And I know a bunch of friends that have gone through this. I have gone through this and kind of am still going through it. At the time I am recording this, I do get a lot of fake support. And you're probably asking yourself, or asking me, what do you mean by fake support? Like, that's support, isn't it? But what I mean by fake support, I mean like fake friendships or pity comments. And what I mean by fake friendships is when somebody just kind of wants to be recognized, so they comment and say like, oh wow, look how great your video is. I don't know, it's very generic, and then they say, oh, you should check out my channel or something like that. And then pity comments are when people are like, wow, this is great, kind of like I was talking about before, but it's like very generic, very to the point, not even like, you don't even have to watch the video. Like you can literally put like, oh, I love you, or this was great. Just like simple things like that, but it really doesn't reflect what you actually did in the video, or like the points you made, or what you talked about, or what you asked. It's just very like, they clicked on the video, went straight to the comments, typed it down, press enter, and then went off. Like they didn't watch the video. I've gone through this, and yeah, like I said before, have gone through it and still am. And it's not fun because you kind of want to get that interaction between other people, and it really sucks to finally get a comment, especially when you're smaller. You get very minimal comments, and when you get those few comments that are very generic, it kind of sucks. Smaller channels, they do get some real support from people who actually care, but they also do get a lot of fake support. The third thing I have written down is they don't get the same opportunities bigger YouTubers get. And like I said, because I was from the gaming community, there would be a lot of times when they would form smaller little communities to do like a series together or something. The smaller channels just would never get invited, or if they applied to something would, like I said, get overlooked because they're smaller, and I guess they just, which really, okay, it sucks because they should be looking at the person's personality, but sometimes smaller YouTubers will get into stuff like that. But if you do have a bigger subscriber count, a lot of the time you have a higher chance of getting in regardless of your personality, which is sad. It's really sad because you shouldn't base someone off of a number because it's not their choice. Like that subscriber count or community count, that's not their choice. They did not choose to have that many. So yeah, smaller YouTubers don't often get to ask to do things, which also affects their channel because then they don't grow. Because that's one of the main ways they grow, through collaboration through other people. But when other people don't give them a chance to grow, you kind of just stay the same unless you put out something that goes viral for your channel. The biggest thing is when a smaller channel does grow and I guess becomes bigger than the channels they looked up to before, all of a sudden these bigger channels sometimes all of a sudden become friends with them, or they give them more opportunities because they know they can help them, which is sad because it's really selfish and really shouldn't be the way things are, but this is the way it's been in the community recently. Don't need to spill any tea, you know, but the fourth thing I have written down is hate and haters have a stronger impact on them. And I guess this isn't for everyone, but because of the smaller ratio between positivity, whoa, I said that really weird, positivity to hate, it's just when you're a smaller channel and say your average amount of comments or support you get is about like say 5 comments or something, but when one of them says like you suck, or if the hate comment isn't even constructive criticism and it's just full-on hate, even if they did watch the video, it really tears the person apart because like I said, they put a lot of work into, like the smaller YouTubers, they put a lot of work into the videos they're putting out for this small amount of people because they want it to be the best they can be, like the best content they can put out there, and it really hurts, especially when it looks like you have more hate than a lot of other people because you don't get as much support. I think hate is a bigger impact on them compared to bigger YouTubers who have a lot more support, and it kind of overshines the hate that they do get. My final 5th point is smaller YouTubers become demotivated faster or don't enjoy YouTube as much as they should. What I mean by that is from personal experience, when you don't have that support to back you up, you feel like you're talking to a brick wall half the time, and it kind of defeats the purpose of why you created a channel. You created a channel to have conversation or start conversations with people and share your interests and be creative, and when no one's watching your content or cares or shows that they care, it's really demotivating and you feel like you're wasting a lot of your time. And I've felt like this way before, where I felt like the amount of work I'm putting into the videos I'm creating just really didn't add up. Like, I was proud of what I was making and what I was putting out and was excited to put out what I was putting out. But when I didn't get the support I thought I would, and I'm not saying like, oh, I didn't get enough support. I mean, just like anyone saying like, hey, I like this idea, da da da. When it lacks or it doesn't feel genuine anymore, it really sucks and it really feels like a waste of time and brings you to want to quit YouTube, which is really sad because you've built yourself this platform and you've been working so hard. You just feel like you can't move. You can't get any better because of whatever reason, and you can't do anything about it. That's the thing. You can't just like make support. You can't just create support for yourself. Other people that have to come in and give you that support. And it sucks because if you don't have that, YouTube just isn't as fun as you think it would be. Because YouTube, for smaller creators, is usually just a side thing to have fun with. Not for a job, not for anything, but just to have fun. And bottom line, if they're not having fun, then you kind of think to yourself like, why should I keep doing this? It's a waste of time. But yeah, I think that's about it. Those are my 5 points. That's kind of a depressing one to end off on. I guess a positive thing, if you are smaller and you do have a good you have built up a good community, it's usually a pretty tight community. And that's something I definitely do miss, having such a tight community where everyone is so supportive towards each other. However, sometimes you just have nothing. I'm gonna cut off here. I'm really bad at organizing how I talk and my words and the format, so yeah. Feel free to share your thoughts about this topic in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it and your points of view. I will be sure to reply to you because this is an interesting topic that not a lot of people like to talk about because it is a struggle for smaller YouTubers. It really is. It isn't fun when you don't have that support, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Also, if you enjoyed this rant style video, don't forget to hit the like button so then I know you like it. Also, if you have any other video suggestions, feel free to let me know as well. In the description, I'm going to have all my links to my social media. I like to stream on Twitch, so feel free to follow me there, as well as my other social medias such as Twitter, Instagram, and I also have my own Discord where you can share art and talk and stuff, and it's fun. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I love you all dearly. Bye!